kind of for all of you. Do any of you have a secret talent?
I mean, we pour ourselves out on YouTube, so pretty much all our talents are laid bare.
I have a talent that is secret because it's hard to carry it around with me. And I play tuba and trombone. Talent being used very loosely as to how good I am.
You were in a band. You were in the Cincy Brass. I love it.
Nominated for a Cincinnati Area Entertainment Award.
Yeah, 4 years in a row.
Yeah, I was in a funk band, and I played tuba in a funk band. It's pretty cool.
I don't have any talents.
Okay, that's not true.
Everybody who's like, you can do a backflip. That is not a talent because I didn't come out of the womb being able to do a backflip. I trained to do that. That is a skill. Sometime when we have time, because we were both singing a song the other day, and we were doing some sweet ass harmonies, and we were like, we should do that. Sometime in the next couple of days.
I mean, I've always been really good at talking. Charisma, right? I dunked a basketball 10 years ago.
You have a really good beard.
Thank you.
You're also
Grew
really
another hair just then.
You're way too good at this.
I'm not going to make one right now because I'll be expecting.
Mine is probably that I have the extra 10% seen out of my peripherals, so I can kind of see backwards a little bit. Yes, wait, I can see you.
I am so unbelievably amazing in every way that I can't possibly pick one of my infinite variety of talents to lay bare in front of you. It's a burden that I have to live with every day being this perfect. I don't know, I played with something, I guess that's... Alright, we got two more questions.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Sorry. What inspired you guys to go on tour in the first place?
Oh, me? Whoa.
I
inspired
not. Thank you. Well, kind of. When you talk
Well, it was basically just like, it all starts, like a lot of the projects that we work on, it starts from the desire to do something cool. And then we realize how uncool we are, and we're like, okay, let's find a middle ground here. But it all started, I was like, I want to do a show with my friends, and I want to do something that's a little bit bigger and a little bit more complicated than other shows that have been done before, and I want to reach higher, and I want to like have a little risk of failure, you know, in there. And I want to make something that hasn't been done before. And I really got to give credit to all of these guys, because I came up with all of these wants, but I didn't have a way to make them happen. They are the ones that actually built the show. And especially our director, Wally over there. If you could stand up, please. Just a little bit. Our director came out with us for a solid week straight, built this show.
Well, top of Swanee being here also are incredibly, probably the funniest person that any of us have ever met. Our improv coach, Rachel Weck. Rachel, where are you? Yeah, she's way funnier than any of us will ever be.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be associated with us after what happened on the stage, so yeah, all right, okay. Yeah, okay. No, it's backstage. Okay, thank you. All right, yes. All right, understood. Yes. All right, thank you, Sensei. All right. One more question, or
Yeah.
yeah?
Why are you asking me?
You didn't answer that. One more question.
My name is Jenna, and
Bye.
on the note of charity, I'm gonna try to keep this short. back in 2014, I was diagnosed with a really rare medical condition known as Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and there's not a lot known about it. So I was wondering if in a future charity live stream, if you could raise awareness and donate to research on it.
If you don't mind talking about it, can you tell us what it's about if it's not controversial?
Yeah, well, my grandpa, he was in the Marines during the Vietnam War, and my grandma was visiting him in Okinawa when they were pregnant with my mom, and she happened to pass it down to my brother and I because they were doing Agent Orange back when Vietnam was going on. So basically, if I was to fall or something, anybody would just be able to get up and scratch it off, but for me, I could shatter my ankle or dislocate a knee. So basically I'm really flexible, but I won't bounce back like somebody else who's just normal.
Right. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Because we've got a few lined up for the next one, but I will put it on my list of charities that you're going to do. Like we said, unfortunately, we're all out of time for questions because of what happened in the beginning. But really, we're going to take some moments to do closing statements real quick here, as quick as we can. But starting off, I'll just kick it off. Just thank you guys so much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I can't imagine another crowd that would enter this building and actually be forgiving enough to let us do the horrible shit show that happened at the beginning of the show and still be so welcoming at the end of it. You guys are unbelievably amazing, and we owe everything to you. So thank you so much. All right, closing statement.
Yeah, going right off the back of that, I say this one a lot, but it's because it's the thing that I always think of when I can look out and see all of your faces. It is so unbelievably lucky that we are able to be up here. None of us really belong, especially in this legendary theater where they do real productions and they do amazing shows. The only reason any of us are allowed up here is not because of our amazing talents and skills, it's because you support us, you come out to the show, you buy the tickets. You proved to everyone who books things like this and runs theaters like this that we could fill a house and we should have a show, even though, we're just these idiots on YouTube. So, the point is, all of this is because of you, and also because of our very forgiving and supportive significant others and families. My wife Mandy is somewhere in the audience tonight. Thanks so much. Thank you for letting me do this, because it's incredibly inconvenient for her that I just disappear for a month at a time. But yeah, it's all thanks to you. I cannot express that enough or eloquently at all. So thank you.
On top of all of you guys being here for us, me and Mark and Tyler live in LA, and so we have a lot of friends here in the audience. Like we said before, Swanee, the director, and Rachel, our improv instructor, are here, but also a lot of our friends are here, and we would be absolutely nowhere without all of these people, and all of you guys as well, but the friends that are here for us every day, and Rachel teaching us how to kind of be funny. You really tried, but you can only go so far with us. And then Swanee just helping us put this show together, and our friends just being there every day for us and supporting us in everything that we do. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I love my friends so much. I love all of these guys and all my friends that are out there in the audience. I love you guys so much, and all of you guys. I love you guys too. Thank you for supporting us.
So one of the things that I bring up a lot of times, he talks about how friends support us and you guys support us, but one of the biggest things for me is being on this stage, especially at the very beginning when the sound didn't work. And I'm so incredibly proud of all of these guys and Dan over there for pushing through and continuing through that, especially Mark, who was talking nonstop that whole time. But one of the things is, these guys have been doing YouTube and streaming and stuff for years, and I didn't start doing that stuff until Mark kindly invited me when I was selling cars with my master's degree to move out here
and work with them and start making these videos. And I'm so incredibly appreciative of all these guys and the amount of support they give me just to be on this show and to be a part of this bigger thing, and the support that I've received from the community, all of you guys, just because I haven't been doing this that long. I'm not necessarily the best at it, and I'm not, like, I don't have the experience that these guys have in the entertainment industry, and it blows my mind that all of these guys believed in me, and all of you guys have believed in me enough to where I'm sitting right here, right now, in the Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles, where the Oscars are. It just absolutely blows my mind. And I can't thank all of you, and I can't thank these guys ever enough for believing in me and constantly being there for me through thick and thin.
Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for being with us during the technical difficulties and everything else. I really appreciate that. It's so, thank you. It's so just awesome and humbling to be in places like this where, you know, people that will go down as legends have been, and people like us are probably we're here, and it's so cool. I want to thank these guys for really putting on a spectacular show tonight. I have no problem admitting this was probably my weakest performance I've had was tonight. And honestly, no. I'm not saying it was, you know, you guys can think it was good, whatever else. Personally, I know it wasn't on my A game. And these guys picked up the slack so tremendously that everything was still funny and awesome. And I really, really appreciate that. And I know I'll bounce back. I'm going to have another great show. But the great chemistry that we have together makes it so even whenever I know that I'm a tick off, that these guys are going to be there and pick it up, and they're going to keep the chain rolling. No one's going to point fingers or blame anyone for anything. Technical difficulties, one of us being off our game. We're just going to keep rolling with the punches, and that's what we've always done. Whenever Mark and I talked on a balcony years and years ago, most of you know the story. I mean, we were both in a really bad shape relationship-wise. I was back in my mom's basement with a degree working at a gas station with no hope or dream or, you know, belief that I was going to be anything more than a failure. And yet, we took that punch, and Mark had this ambition, this desire, this burning sensation with, burning desire to be something, to do something, to start a YouTube channel. And he started that journey and allowed me to join him. And through that I met Molly, I met Dana who edits my videos, I met Ethan, I've gotten to know Bob really well, I've gotten to meet so many people that are here tonight. I've gotten to be on this stage and do a fake Oscar speech in a place where people give really good ones. And it's just so amazing to me that, I don't know, that we can do that we can just pick up and carry on. And I think it says something for all of you guys. That so many of you that we've gotten to meet throughout the years have come up to us and said, you were at a really terrible spot in your life, but watching our videos helped, or coming to one of these shows helped, or, you know, being a part of our charity live streams helped. And it just shows that all of you have that in you too. Each and every one of us can take a punch, we can have a bad day, we can have an off month, we can have a really tough time in our lives, but each and every one of us is capable of picking ourselves back up and moving on to the next day and making it a better one. And I want to thank all of you so much.